right before Moshe sets out for a very dramatic confrontation of Korach and his assembly, we learn of a private meeting that Moshe set out to hold with Dotan and Aviram. Vayakom Moshe vayelech el Dotan va'Aviram vayelchu acharav ziknei Israel. Moses arose and went to Dotan and Aviram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And the following verse never lets us know what the meeting was about, what was discussed, what did Moshe try to achieve in this last conversation with Dotan and Aviram. In Tractate Sanhedrin, Reish Lakish derives an important and significant teaching from this very verse. Amar Reish Lakish, Mikan she'in machzikim machloket. Reish Lakish says, from here, from this verse, we derive that one may not perpetuate a dispute. As Rav says, anyone who perpetuates a dispute violates a prohibition, as it is stated in Numbers 17, and he will not be like Korach and his assembly, as the Lord spoke by the hand of Moses to him. Don't be like Korach and his assembly. Remember, Moshe didn't want to perpetuate the dispute, and he therefore, moments before that dramatic confrontation, he tried to dissuade Dotan and Aviram. He tried to have a private conversation, come to some sort of an agreement. And that meeting failed. The Lubavitcher Rebbe teaches as follows. Dotan and Aviram had openly demonstrated their animosity toward Moshe, accusing him of being a despot and an impostor. Moreover, God himself had already sealed their punishment, instructing Moshe only to save the other rebels from Dotan and Aviram's impending fate. Still, Moses did not give up hope that his enemies would repent, doing everything in his power to influence them to reconsider. The Lubavitcher Rebbe offers an additional insight, not only one about not perpetuating dispute, but also not giving up hope. Never give up hope. If you have animosity, if you have a fight, a disagreement with someone, don't give up hope. Try, even moments before it seems like it's too late. Don't give up hope. Try to find a way to reconcile, to reconnect. The Korach Chaim, in his commentary, offers an additional insight, an amazing reading of the verse. The Korach Chaim asks the following question. One must inquire why it is so important for the Torah to note that Moses rose and went. If it was because Moses was sitting, how does this inform us of anything significant? The Torah went out of his way to tell us that Moses rose and went to Dotan and Aviram. He could have just went. Why does it say that he rose? And here is the answer from Korach Chaim. Indeed, this verse is evocative of a teaching of our sages concerning Proverbs 16, verse 18. Before destruction comes pride. And the sages teach, and before honor comes humility. Our sages explained that God both humbles and lifts up. This then is the true meaning of the verse stating that Moses rose. He didn't get up physically. Rather, Moses' stature grew. It rose. It was elevated to a new stature by his going to Dotan and Aviram, by humbling himself, by willing to be the one going out to Dotan and Aviram and reaching out to them. That expression of humility is actually ultimately an expression of one's confidence, honor. And so the Korach Chaim continues. Moses went to Dotan and Aviram, these wicked people who insulted him and refused to come to him, whereas Moses humbled himself and went forth to meet them. In regards to them, to Dotan and Aviram, the verse teaches, before destruction comes pride. They were prideful and therefore they were met with destruction. And in regards to Moses, we say, before honor comes humility. He lowered himself, he humbled himself, and that's why Vayakom Moshe, that's why his stature grew. I've had conversation in recent months with many of you about disagreements, family, friends, and the openness that we feel towards reconciliation in a time of such great vulnerability in this world. And so I wanted to offer these important lessons from our teacher, Moshe Rabbeinu. Never perpetuate a dispute. Never give up hope. Always be ready to humble yourself. And by doing so, may we find resolution, peace, and shalom in our homes, in our communities, and wherever shalom is needed.